Today, we are using Shopify MCP to pull product data to build an AI voice agent in Retell. The backstory is pretty cool. I use this 3-in-1 soap bar called Scented Gent. It's a Canadian brand, and I hit up the founders seeing if they would be interested in an AI voice agent for their website. Today, I'm demoing exactly how that would work, from the prompts to connecting to all the functions using Shopify MCP. Everything will be for free in our school community. Okay, so before we dive into the whole build, I wanted to just demo this for you. This is connected directly to Shopify MCP.
Max, from who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Hey, Max, this is Kevin. How you doing today?
Hey, Kevin, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Are you looking for a new scent or just curious about what we've got?
Yeah, what do you have for men's 3-in-1 shower bars?
We've got Spiked Gin Tonic, citrusy, ultra moisturizing bar that covers hair, face, and body, or the full lineup bundle with every scent plus a sud saver to make your bars last longer. Want details on either?
Can you add that to my cart, actually?
Spiked Gin Tonic is in your cart for $10 CAD. Want to add anything else, or are you ready to check out?
Yeah, I'm ready to check out.
You're all set. One bar in your cart. Text you the checkout link so you can finish up.
Yeah, please text me a checkout link.
Perfect. The checkout link is on its way to your phone. If you need anything else or have questions, just let me know.
Thanks, Max. Have a good one. So guys, you can see right now, it's hard to see, but I got a checkout link. If we actually click on that checkout link, it brings me to the website, and let me see if I zoom in, you might be able to catch it. So pretty hard to see, but right there, it does say Scented Gent Spiced Gin Tonic for $10. So extremely powerful. Today, we're going to be showing you exactly how you can set this up so that you can create voice agents for e-com brands that can then be turned into SMS agents and website agents, so you can deploy across any platform. It's a lot simpler to set up compared to doing APIs. So let's dive right in. Okay, so here we are in Retell. We are using a single prompt agent. And honestly, guys, I'm just going to be building this completely from scratch. So typically I increase the voice temperature, the voice volume, and the speed slightly. I've been stuck on 4.1. I tried using 5 with some of our clients, but I actually prefer the output with 4.1. I find it a little bit more reliable. Background, I typically go with either coffee shop or call center. I'll turn the responsiveness down slightly, as well as the interruption sensitivity. I like a bit of back channeling, and then the message frequency I'll set to maybe 25 seconds. We're not going to be adding in any post-call analysis as well as webhooks. We're going to keep this simple. And then here you can see that we can enable our agent with the capabilities of MCP. Okay, so let's add in a knowledge base. We'll add a new knowledge base. So we're just going to crawl the web page. Now, obviously there's a ton here, so we'll just grab the main ones. Okay, and while that loads, we'll start working on the prompt. Okay, so I've created this Shopify MCP agent creator. You can see here, this is the website. I have the core MCP functions that are part of the prompt. So what are the Shopify functions that are available via MCP? And then for the instructions, I made it really short. Definitely could add more to this, but we've got identity, style guidelines, response rules, goals and tasks, and error handling. So all of the main things that are critical to every single prompt that we're going to create. So now we'll let Claude come up with the prompt, and then we can revise it, and we're going to add that to our agent. Okay, so here you can see it's now created the prompt. We have the core MCP function. So we got product search, cart management, the different MCP variables that we'll have access to, and then some error handling in case MCP fails. Okay, guys, so the prompt is created. You can see we got the identity section. We have the style guidelines section, the response rules, so the formatting, the length, as well as the goals and tasks. What are the primary goals? What tasks are they trying to achieve? The tool integration. So what are the core MCP functions that we're using? Some error handling. We have some sample interactions that'll help improve how it responds, and then critical rules down at the bottom. So now that we have all of this set up, we are going to move on to the add MCP function. So we're going to go and name the MCP Scented Gent. I'll also be linking this storefront MCP server, which is from the Shopify dev documentation. So how it works. And in order to connect it to the server, which is the URL we need to input, all we need to do is replace the store domain or the URL with the business. So all you have to do is replace store domain with the store's actual domain, and then we can send requests to the store's MCP endpoint. So in this case, we would copy Scented Gent. We'll drop it in right here. And then for headers, we're going to do content type application JSON, just like that, as that is what they're saying to include. And then if you are curious about what tools are actually available, you can read through the different ones right here. So we should just be able to hit save now. You can see Sent Agent has now been added. And then underneath it, we have the ability to add tools. And you can see the tools that are available. So we can search the shop catalog, we can get the cart, update the cart, and get the product details. So we'll add them in one at a time, just like that. Now all of them have been added. And as long as in your prompt, you include how to call each of these, such as searching the shop catalog, as long as you describe how to do each and every one of these actions, now you'll be able to have your agent. And so because we can't actually allow them to check out and do the payment process, what we're doing is if they are interested, we can offer to send the checkout link by SMS. And if they agree, we're going to run the send cart function. So now in here, we're going to add a custom function, or you can even use send SMS. And we're going to say, send SMS. We're going to send the cart. So send the SMS with the checkout link. And this is our SMS content. We can hit save. And so now our agent should more or less be complete. We're going to go ahead and call it and test out how it performs. All right, guys. So one thing that I'm noticing that we have to do is if you come into MCP, we just need to make sure that speak after execution is turned on. That's why it was not replying there. So we're just going to do that for each of those tools. Because if we look at that call history, you can see that it is returning the right, but because we didn't have it set to speak after, there was nothing being sent afterwards. So now we'll call it again. It's not recognizing the A2P. I will show you how to do this another way, which is using a custom function. So all we're going to do is add in a webhook here, grab the production URL, switch this to post. We'll copy that. We can drop it in right here. We can just hit save. We'll delete this other one. I think it should have enough context where it can just send it. And then we're going to add Twilio, send an SMS, and we're just going to test it one time just so we can get some data in here. So we'll turn this on. Now we could call it. So now you can see we got this. You can just copy this to editor and we will now add back in Twilio, send an SMS. We're going to grab the from number in this case, drag it in here. The to number is going to be your Twilio number that's A2P verified. And we will need to come back into this function, add in a parameter. We can even use form to keep things simple. We'll make it required and we can update that. And we can come back in here, hit save, and now we can test it out. We should get the text and we're good to go. Thanks, Max. All right. So now if we come back to executions, we should be able to see that checkout link down at the bottom. There we go. There is the cart checkout link. Let's see if it actually worked. There's the spiced gin tonic ready to check out. So now all we have to do is grab that cart checkout link. We'll just expand this, the checkout link. Boom, and we are good to go. We can hit save, and now the agent is ready for production. So hope you got massive value out of this. If you did, please consider dropping a subscribe. It's free. Help support the channel. With that being said, hope you keep crushing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.